Hey everybody, this is Fulio of Echale Porras Productions, and today we're going to be learning how to make my take on New England Clam Chowder. Let's start off by going over our ingredients. For our veggies, we're going to be using about 2 pounds of potatoes, 2 stalks of celery, and 1 medium onion that we're going to dice up. If you want to put more veggies, that's totally up to you. Next, we have 2 cups of chicken stock, a cup of heavy cream. We're gonna have 3 tablespoons of flour, a tablespoon and a half about of garlic salt, 3 teaspoons of pepper, and a half teaspoon of smoked paprika, 2 bay leaves. What would your clam chowder be without can? What would your clam chowder be without clams? We're going to be using about 10 ounces of clams, juice, and the clams separated. In addition to that, we're going to be adding some bacon, which I put in the freezer so it could firm up a bit so we can slice it thinner. Let's get that ready. Bacon. Next, let's get our celery done. What I do is I just take the stalk and I cut it down the middle. Once you have those pieces, you can dice it as thin or thick as you want it. Next, let's do our onion. Just like for the ceviche, we're going to be dicing it. So we're going to give it about 3 horizontal knife cuts, and then we're going to go vertical, 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 and then we're going to be dicing it. Next, let's get our potatoes diced up. You just want to cut these first into rounds. Then get about 3 at a time. Cut them into thirds. Cut them into thirds again. Once we have everything cut up, we can move over to the stove and let's start cooking. We're going to start off by throwing our bacon into a cold pan and then turning on the heat. This is going to allow the bacon to cook a lot more evenly and for us to get as much of the fat rendered as possible, because fat means flavor. Next, we're going to get the base for our clam chowder going. We're going to put about a couple teaspoons of oil into a pot, and once it's up to temp, we're going to be throwing in our onion and our celery. Once your bacon's nice and crispy and all the fat's rendered out, you can take it off the heat. And if you want, you can add that bacon fat to your roux. Once your onions and celeries have cooked down for a bit, then we can add the flour. Remember, it's about 3 tablespoons. Then you just want to stir that to incorporate it and let it cook down for another minute or so. Once the flour's cooked down a bit, we can start adding our liquids. So we're going to start with our 2 cups of chicken stock, our 1 cup of heavy cream, our juice that we reserved from the clams, our bay leaves, and our potatoes. Once the soup is simmering, we're going to reduce the heat down to medium-low, and we're going to let it ride for about 20 minutes.
Ride? We'll put guns out.
Alright, so this thing has been cooking about 20 minutes. So now we can finally add our clams, your bacon, and our seasonings. You're then gonna let that cook for about 3 more minutes and then we should be good to plate. And there we have it, New England Clam Chowder. Ignore what's going on all over here. That's for something else I'm doing. And I asked if I could record it. And my wife was like, fuck no. Let's give it a try. Just that nice creaminess. The clams add that nice amount of fishiness, the bacon, that saltiness, and everything else just melts so well together that I'm gonna keep eating. And if you guys like what we're doing here, like, subscribe should show up here at some point. On top of that, I have a gaming channel that should be linked down here. We also run a folklorico group called Grupo Folklorico Echale Porras. Their link should be showing up right down there somewhere. If you like what we do here, hit that like button and leave a comment down below of what we should make next. Have a good one. Done.